Hey yo, what's happening, black men? Now, I hit you guys with the clickbait today. Angel Reese 80 bodies, right? Now, it hasn't been confirmed, but I want you black men to think about something, right? Angel Reese, whether she has 80 bodies or not, I could believe it, but she's no different from the average black woman that you're going to university with. See, here's the thing that you guys don't want to accept, or you don't want to understand it, or maybe you turn a blind eye to it and you feel like, oh man, I want her so bad. I love her, right? Hold on, black men. Think about this. I told you guys a story, right, of when I had a female best friends, right? All of them went to university. And one of them, really all of them, told me about the guys they hooked up with, but I'm pretty sure they kept certain information to themselves. One of them, she definitely told me a lot. Now, did she tell me everything? I can't verify, but she told me a lot. And she admitted to me how she hooked up with 9 guys in one school year. From January to December, she hooked up with 9 guys in one school year. So if you want to be generous, right, you can round it up to 10 bodies. 10 bodies in one school year, or in one calendar year, right? Now, granted, black man, that's 10 guys. Angel Reese said, or it was clickbaited, it was falsely stated that Angel Reese has 80 bodies and her teammates have over, what, 300 or something like that. And the guy who she was dating that played for whatever basketball team was spending $600,000 a week on her. Now, black man, hold on. Yo, black man, the point I'm trying to get to, right? By the time you get her, she has 4 times, maybe even 6 times as much experience than what you have. Compared to her, black men, she's a porn star, right? Only difference is she hasn't been paid for anything. So she's really a cum bucket. She's really a slut. Now, here's the reality, right? When you look at the fact that these black women, they look at you and they judge you for your inexperience, and they talk about how they're picky and how they're choosy, but yet they still manage to rack up a very high body count. 80 bodies, black men. For some of you guys who did not go to university, you understand that a lot of girls do catch STDs, right? Now, of course, they might be curable, but they do catch STDs. You think you can sleep with 80 people and you don't catch nothing? And we all know how black women don't ask men to wear protection. For all you black men, and you listening to this right now, think about this. However many black women you ever slept with in your life, has she ever asked you, yo, show me your my chart? Has she ever asked you, do you have a condom before sex? Okay, and if you did hear it, when you divide that number, right, the few, or maybe the one, or again, if it's none, then it's zero. But take that number, right, of the ones who asked you for any kind of medical records or contraceptives, and divide that by your total number of black women you ever slept with. What's that number? That's the percentage. So when you look at that, it's like, damn, right? But when you get to these Keishas who graduated college, right? Because that's about 22, 23 years old. Black men, she has so much more sexual experience than you. My female friend, she was hooking up with 10 guys in one calendar year. So you multiply that by 4. That's 40 men. So what? That's like 2 guys per semester. I'm sorry, 2 guys per month, right? Maybe less, or 1 guy per month. But in Angel Reese's case, let's say that 80 bodies is correct. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, those masculine females on the basketball team, they're always getting smashed. They're always getting smashed. She's no different from the AKA, no different from the Delta, no different from the Poodle, the Sigma Gamma Rho, no different from any of these different sorority chicks. And again, the average chick who's not in a sorority, the average chick who is not in some kind of sports club, listen, she's getting ran through by guys too. Even females who go to school for law, medicine, STEM, accounting, finance. They're still messing with these, you know, hood street guys. And guess what, black men? They're racking up a body count. You know, what's so funny is when it comes to us as black men. Now, of course, you might have some guys, oh man, you're not select, bro. Shut up. Get off my channel. Right? Most guys do not have a high body count. That's just not how that works. Quit the cap, dude. And if you want to talk about it, okay. I know a lot of you black men, because you've been beaten down so long, you've been starved out for so long, you have, again, just like the Pike syndrome video I made, it's a learned helplessness. Through failure, you learn that I should stop trying. And if you do try, you try to go for the easiest kill possible. You don't have a heart of a lion, man. The lion hunts zebras. The lion hunts other strong mammals. They're not going after the hyena. Maybe if the hyena is in close proximity and it's starving, okay, maybe. Nah, man, the lion's going for a real kill, right? So a lot of you black men, you talk about how you have a high body count. Well, I can guarantee you haven't. I can guarantee you don't have a high body count full of eights, nines, and for the sake of the conversation, tens. Your body count of 80 people, right, are filled with threes, fours, and fives, because it's not that many attractive women to go around. And if you think it is, that means your standards are low. Most people on the planet are average between a 4 and a 6. But like I've said in plenty of videos, you have average Keisha who is making herself hot and ready like Little Caesar's pizza for Glocktavius. Hot and ready for Tyrone, 762 Keen, 5556 Trey. Like, they're just making it so easy for these guys. That's why, guys will talk about how you miss 100% of the chances that you don't take, or you miss 100% of the shots that you do not take. But in the case of those guys, somehow he managed to take no shots all game, but still put up 50 points, no assists. That's because Keishas are just lining up to throw themselves at these guys. My thing is, they shame you for that inexperience, and then they try to use that inexperience against you on the back end when they need help. Hold on. No one is trying to do it, man. No one is trying to look to help Keisha after that pussy's been stretched, destroyed. It stink. You done caught multiple STDs. The labia lips look like curtains. No. No, 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 no. That's why I tell you, black men, you better increase the standard. Yo, just go down memory lane, black men. Think about to high school, right? You guys saw Keisha's hooking up with men in high school. You saw how active she was in high school. You saw how fast she was in high school. You don't think that body count is high, black men? You think you deserve that? Listen, most black dudes, let's keep it a stack. All of your, or most of your body count came from you smashing girls in a relationship. I'm not saying you might have had a few one night stands, a few fly-by nights, but man, you wasn't really out here just smashing everything walking. And like I've been saying, if you were smashing everything walking, I can guarantee you're smashing threes, fours, and fives. I forgot what video I talked about this on, and it goes to show how, listen, the game is so messed up. It's from the top to the bottom, black man. Hold on. Go on Tinder. Go on any dating app, right? BOK, Hinge, Bumble. Look at how you have these fat black women on there. And guess what? She's making it very easy for you guys to hook up with her. Even though you're thinking to yourself, man, I don't want no fat girl. But guess what? You don't think that same fat black woman has just as much sexual experiences as the attractive one? Because why? Guys are thinking, oh man, I can just hit it and quit it, man. I've been starved out for 6 months. I've been starved out for 12 months. I just want to, get my rocks off. So you hit her up, you go and smash her one time. Most guys have that kind of mindset when it comes to these fat black women. So you may think she's fat. Yeah, you may not cuff her. The next guy may not cuff her. The next guy after him may not cuff her. But guess what? Now it's time to see how many bodies she has. You're thinking, damn, she has 60 bodies? Yes. She done put 80 Johnsons in her mouth? Yes. Because guys are looking at her for short term. Keisha, who is more attractive, right? She just bounces from guy to guy, right? She always try to secure a new guy before leaving the current guy. But again, she's still hooking up with 10 guys in a school year. Black men, black men, black men. You even had Keisha's talk about this. I mean, again, if you guys went to university, you know what kind of conversations I'm talking about. They're literally on campus talking about, oh, listen, you should be free. You should do what you want to do. These Keishas actually build reputations, bro. Guys are dropping them in the group chats. Guys are talking about how easy she is, right? I remember in college, right? If you took a chick to Chick-fil-A and bought her the 30 count nugget, I can guarantee you can smash her that night, black man. They're smashing for Chick-fil-A. Yes. They're smashing for free weed. Yes. They're smashing for alcohol. Yes. Like, they're so irresponsible. They're so reckless with their pussy. Now, am I saying that they're the only ones like that? No, but they're the worst. Hence why when you go on the CDC, right, website, you will see the fact that black women have the highest STDs in every group. And yes, I know it's clickbait, but you see how I related it to real life, right? Now, let's say Angel Reese really does have 80 bodies, and she was making her ex-boyfriend pay $600,000 a week for her. As an NBA player, that's the best that you can have, is a chick that has 80 sexual partners. Granted, I think her boyfriend's a rookie, or her ex-boyfriend was a rookie, or still is a rookie. So it's no way he's dropping 600K on a Keisha. And let's talk about that real quick too, because a lot of these black women always talking about how a man should be spending money on her. Oh, he's dropping the bag. Like, for what? For used up pussy? No. What the, like, even I mean, it wasn't confirmed, but they said that Meg Thee Stallion was having Klay Thompson give her 200,000 a month or some crazy number like that. I'm like, for what? For used pussy? You already have your own money. Like, this is why I'm saying it doesn't make sense in the society that we live in America, where you claim to be strong and independent. You work so hard to put yourself in a position to say, I don't need a man, but you turn around and want a man to spend all this money on you and give you money. For what? That's what I'm saying. If you're still dating in America, yo, you are a glutton for disrespect. You are a what's the word I'm looking for? You are a sadomasochist. You're addicted to pain. You're addicted to hurt. You love to be disrespected because you're a simp, right? And that's all the simp culture is. Like, bro, really, keep it a stack. After 22, 23, 25 years old, most Keishas have way too many bodies for you to catch up. Yo, and if you try to catch up, I'm gonna be, matter of fact, I might call this video "It's Too Late to Catch Up, Black Man." And I personally think that's why when guys get that passport, guys do go crazy overseas. I'm telling you, it's too late to catch up. If you're trying to make up for all that lost time, all that sex you missed out on, I promise you, you're going to hurt yourself. And what I mean by that is you're probably going to catch some kind of incurable STD, right? You might even get set up like how guys do in Colombia. They get drugged and get robbed, right? Some guys lose their life. Again, that's the extreme. Let's just say worst case scenario, you get out here, you try to run up your body count, and you keep on catching STDs. How many times are you going to keep on catching the STD before it becomes incurable? You think, listen, if you have 7 bodies and the average Keisha who's your age in America, again, me being in my 20s, let's say the average Keisha has like 50 bodies right now. Or again, I'm being generous, right? The Keisha, matter of damn, hold on. See, I'm kind of well removed from college, so that same 40 bodies, the average Keisha, honestly, bro, she really does have somewhere between 50 and like 80 bodies in her 20s. By 30 years old, I would not be surprised if Keisha has 100 bodies. But anyways, if you're at 7 bodies and you want to catch up to Keisha who has 50 at the age of 20, 25 years old, so you've already been with 50 men and you have 7, black man, I promise you, you're gonna hurt yourself. You think you can run up 43 bodies in what, 12 months? Come on, black man. Come on, black man. Come on, black man. Come on. I get it, dude. I get it. That's why, you know, I get when guys get their passport. Women are the driving factor, but you have to think about everything else that comes with going overseas. Again, all that paying for sex, that's not the wave, bro. It's really not. I get some guys you talk about, oh man, you gonna pay anyways, but bro, if you can get it off the lip, get it off the muscle, man, do that, bro. A lot of you guys, you're lazy. You don't want to learn the language. I'm just telling you guys, it's too late to catch up. You have to accept the fact that yes, Keisha starved you out. Yes, Keisha made you miss out on some of the best years of your life. Yes, I know you want to sow your royal oats, but listen, you have to move on. You have to move on, right? Angel Reese having 80 bodies and again making guys pay. Okay, hold on. Even let's say there's clickbait. The average Keisha you guys are gonna meet, right? The single mom who's attractive, or the fat, unattractive single mom, like that's your options, and she still wants you to pay. So for a chick who's average, or maybe just a little bit above average, single mom, right? Or let's say she doesn't have any kids. She still has way more sexual experience than what you have, and she wants you to pay. She's requiring you to take her out on a first date and spend a certain amount of money. For what? You're not worth that. The pussy is already used up. How can you have a high standard after being ran through so many times? It's crazy, black man. But this is what most of us are facing in America. That's why I never understand how guys can be at such a peak level and only get low quality. Look at guys like Jalen Green. Okay, he's with Drea Michelle. Yeah, she looks great to be in her 40s, but she's in her 40s. So you're telling me a young dude who is in the NBA at the legit 0.1% of financial earners on the planet, and the best he can get, not only get, but have a child with a 40-year-old woman? Come on, son. Again, look at guys like PJ Washington. The best he could get was Brittany Renner. Yeah, she did groom him, but that's the best that was available to him. A female who is, what, 10 years older than him? Come on, son. Black man, you're paying high price for low quality. Yes, if the guys at the top are paying high price for low quality, what the hell do you think young men are paying for? Who's not in that position, dude? You're paying a legit premium. You're paying what's called the black tax. You're paying the black tax and then some for the average joint. It's no way, yo. Anyways, black man, I hope you guys get the point. I'm out. Peace.